Okay, now I'm going to show you on a timeline. Let's do this real quickly. Look at the time. Let's go back to the slide again. Look at the timeline here. Let's go to the slide, and this is you love. These are my timelines. I love these timelines. So there's where Muhammad dies in 632. Now we're told that all these six were right there, right alongside him, or immediately right after him. So they're the companions of the Prophet, and these are the ones who heard it from the companions. That's a lie. So let's put up where they are. Well, we now see that if you look over here, you see that the Muwatta of Ibn Malik is the earliest. That is the 9th century. Munabi is the 12th, as we said. Here is Hanbal is the 13th. So is Razak. So is Tailisi. So is Shaiba. So they're all 13th. See how much later they are? Huge, isn't that? So the conclusion, let's get rid of them. Bye-bye. Don't we need them anymore? The conclusion is that all Muslims today believe that the stories surrounding Muhammad's life were written by the Sahaba or the tabi'un, first and second generation. Thus by eyewitnesses, which is what you want. That's what you need. That's the criteria we're demanding. Yet we now find out that they were all written by others 200 to 600 years later and simply redacted back to the 7th and 8th century. Thus they are all probably fraudulent.
Well, I mean, let's use Bukhari as an example. Bukhari claims that the hadith in his collection were attributed to Muhammad through one of his companions. But Bukhari is the one who collected it 240 years later. That doesn't make Bukhari one of the Sahaba. He's just relying on hearsay, technically speaking.
And to be fair, Muslims are not saying that Bukhari is a Sahaba. They haven't said that.
Yeah, I'm just using that as an example of what you're trying to say.
But they're saying these guys are.
Right.
That's why we're attacking. Now, we're going to end this episode here, but I'm going to come back to that Muwatta. See that Muwatta right there? He's the earliest. He is in the 9th century. And some will say, yes, see, we've got someone from the 9th century. At least you have to accept that, Jay. Well, we're going to shut that down real quick because this is all over the internet because people have come back and I've been getting email after email. Farid has been laughing at us and mocking us is, what about the Muwatta? The Muwatta of Ibn Malik. So next episode, we're going to shut down the Muwatta of Ibn Malik as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I hope that you are starting to track with us about why these dates and those names are going to be important in your discussions because they'll be brought up to your attention. I remember the first time somebody brought Ibn Munabbih to my attention. I want to say it did basically cause me to take a pause, make sure that I know what I'm talking about, do my own homework on that, and then at the end of the day, I discovered that it is meaningless. It didn't really have any impact whatsoever. Not to mention, it's not even considered that much important by own Islamic scholars, and that's why it's not part of these authoritative collections. So until hopefully we meet again next time, make sure you guys go and double check any of these dates and names that we are sharing with you, and you'll be surprised how accurate we are when it comes to those kind of information. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everyone. God bless.